I just thought it would be interesting for me to tell you that there were times in Emma and Taylor's growing up when they attended Sunday school at Blacksburg United Methodist Church, when the teachers that were teaching the junior high or senior high Sunday school were not as accepting or perhaps as theologically liberal as their parents were, and they never had to go to Sunday school. Never made them. And I was proud of them for saying, this is who I am. You can be who you are, but I don't need to listen to this.
I just want to add a point. It's not really a question, but I've had the opportunity to actually read the story, and I think the thing that's so relevant, and I think Emma's words really bring this home, is it's a universal story about acceptance. Whether your parents are gay or straight or splitting, how they're splitting up. I come from a divorced family. Neither of my parents are gay, but I think I probably would have spoken exactly the way that Emma just did about, I had parents who loved me. Everybody's fine if you have a foundation of people who are around you that love you and support you and accept you. And I think that's the brilliance of the way that you guys tell the story, is it's not just topical, it's pretty universal. And everybody's hemisphere.
Well, along those lines of this being kind of a universal thing, I mean, I think we all have reasons that we're not completely honest with ourselves or completely honest with our partners when we're in relationships. And I'm probably king of that to some extent or other. But I just wonder, having gone through all this, the subject of honesty and disclosure in the relationship you have now, not to get too personal, but I mean, do you see that really differently having gone through the process of writing the book?
I don't think you would recognize me. There's some real estate in the book all about that. Just sort of the beautiful, weird family that I grew up in, and denial and survival and the good child, and all of those ways of coping, and the incredible wake up in my 30s that wasn't just about the end of denial and the beginning of, just understanding, acceptance, forgiveness, that didn't just deal with my relationship with Joe, but also with my dad, who at 85 is celebrating 10 years of sobriety. He did a new thing at 75. And it is a beautiful thing. And not only have I entered a chapter of it's okay to be flawed, and it's okay to tell the truth, and this is the truth, the good, the bad, the dark, and the light. It's all the same picture, and it's all God called it all good. It's a whole new way of being for me. And I can tell you that after Joe and I divorced, I was petrified to date and to start a new relationship again, because I thought, if I was fooled once, what's going to keep me from doing that again? And I was committed to doing whatever amount of work I had to do to figure that out. And through the gift of working through our divorce with kindness, and then the incredible gift of walking through a new chapter of sobriety with my dad in our family life, I knew that I could have a mature relationship that did not include at least the same degree of denial. And I know that I'm an entirely different person, and I think my husband and I now are in enjoying the fruit of a much more honest and good, clear communication relationship. He's shaking his head yes. I'll pay him later.
Well, I would echo that. But I would also say that one of the amazing things about this process has been it's not just been about Leigh Anne and I writing the story. It's really been about sharing it in some differing ways with our family.
Yeah.
And James and I have talked a lot about how vulnerable this is for us. And I'm sure there's, to a degree, for the two of you.
Yeah.
And to be able to talk honestly about that and hear each other is a real gift. And I can't remember who I told this, but for me, one of the special gifts in my life is that it's rare to fall in love with two very different people and continue to be in love with them in very different ways throughout your life. And that's a real treasure for me. And James and Leigh Anne are those two people. So
Thanks for clarifying.
I was going to say Ginny and JJ. I just want to say one other thing too, because when I talk in the book about when I decided to move east, we had been divorced 2 years. And while I knew this was Leigh Anne's territory, several opportunities arose for me to be closer to the kids, so I decided to relocate to the bastion of openness and the land of coming out, Roanoke, Virginia. A year after the Backstreet Cafe shootings. And I really wondered, do I really want to do this? And I have to say that one of the reasons that I stayed in Roanoke is because of friends that I made over the years. And I just want to thank so many of you for being here tonight. Because you've been friends for a long time and seen me through a lot of this. And I appreciate you all. So thank you for coming tonight.
I think that's a wonderful place to close, so that we have some time to also talk informally in the parish hall and sign books as well. And I know that if we run out of books tonight, we can take pre-orders. So, but I do want to thank you all so much for talking tonight and for sharing that story. And thank you all for being here tonight and sharing that as well. It's wonderful to have you here. I think we will adjourn to the parish hall. Please join us we have coffee and brownies and cookies. And it would be wonderful to have you all stay and continue the conversation. Thank you very much for being here.